Steve Bergervoet spent 32 years in corrections, working predominantly in minimum security prisons in Victoria. But that doesn't mean he's only dealt with lightweight crims.
One of Australia's most ruthless killers, Andrew Benji Veniamin, a hitman who shot dead 7 people as he murdered his way to the top of the Melbourne underworld.
The criminal world is controlled by blood and guts. It always has been controlled by blood and guts. It always will be controlled by blood and guts.
I'm a very, very good shot.
It was highly well known, certainly in some circles, as to who was killing these people in Melbourne.
Police believe Frank Benvenuto was flagged down only blocks away on Dalgety Road by the contract killer he probably knew.
We had him at his very first sentence. Quiet as a mouse, you couldn't get a peep out of him. Spent about 3 or 6 months there. He wasn't a very big man. Most of the higher profile prisoners you see at some stage have been through the minimum security system, either at the end of long sentences or before they've become famous doing shorter sentences. And a lot of them are very, very quiet when they're there because they've had all the publicity. They don't want any more.
But not all crims are afraid of publicity. Some absolutely caught it, becoming household names for all the wrong reasons.
Let's give it up for Mark, Brandon, Chopper, Reed. Sort of like a thin line, then a sort of spot, thin line, spot. That's the way you know you're following the trail of someone's had their leg blown off.
That was actually my first day in the job. I was at the staff training college in Watsonia, and as part of our training, each day was spent in a different division. And the first day on there, it was pretty daunting walking in those walls, and being only trainee officers, we had to shadow an existing officer and just follow him around and do what he tells us and so forth. And in each division, the prisoners are allowed out their cells one at a time, and they have to be strip searched before they leave the cell, and they have to be searched before they get back in. And the officer I was with, he said to me, right, have you done any strip searches? I said, no, it's my first day in the prison. He said, well, you can do the next one and I'll stand there and make sure you do it right. Because it has to be 2 officers to do every strip search anyway. In case anything is found, you've got to have a witness.
Open them up, shake them out, one in one hand, one in the other. Drop them, show me your hands, tongue, top and bottom.
Anyway, we went to the next prisoner, I opened up the cell and he said, right, and the prisoner knew the routine. As soon as we got in, he started taking his clothes off. And we finished the strip search and I said to the officer, how'd I go? Did I do it all right? He said, yeah, you did fine, no problems at all. He said, and one thing you'll be able to say to your grandkids or anybody else who asked that your first day in the prison, your first strip search you did was chop a reed. I thought to myself, I realised that I've got myself into a job unlike any other job I've ever had.
Yep, I'm a crack shot.